a great mistake to regard the civilization of the United States as a materialistic civilization, which is a very common assumption among the peoples of Europe and Asia. The Americans, and especially that aspect of American civilization that we call the Anglo-Saxon subculture, is constantly accused of being interested in absolutely nothing but material values. But it seems to me, on the other hand, that if you can make any really broad generalization about something so complicated as the civilization of the United States, that it is fundamentally an anti-materialistic civilization. Now, not perhaps so much by intent as in the general effect of its action. It seems dedicated, almost I might say, to the annihilation and destruction of the material world, and to its conversion into a junk heap of unimaginable dimensions. I travel around the country a great deal, and more one sees a thing that is called the growth of our expanding communities, an extension of something over the landscape that sometimes is almost indistinguishable from a rubbish heap. One goes down the main streets of all kinds of small towns, and it seems to be, if you look at it as you pass by in a car or in a train, you just see a mass of all kinds of higgledy-piggledy pieces of cardboard and paper, decked up with neon lights and wire and automotive junkyards and all sorts of parking lots and dumps of every conceivable type. Yes, there are some nice residential areas out on the corner, but by and large we seem to be converting the world into a dump heap, and I've called it the progressive Los Angelization of everywhere from Honolulu to Nantucket. Now, what is at the root of this? Why is it that we don't seem to be able to adjust ourselves to the physical environment without destroying it? Why is it that in a way this culture represents in a unique fashion the law of diminishing returns, that our success is a failure, that we are building up, in other words, an enormous technological civilization which seems to promise the fulfillment of every wish almost at the touch of a button. And yet, as in so many fairy tales, when the wishes finally materialize, they're like fairy gold. They're not really material at all. In other words, so many of our products, our cars, our homes, our food, our clothing, it looks as if it were really the instant creation of pure thought. That is to say, it is thoroughly insubstantial, lacking in what the connoisseur of wine calls body. After all, we've made the soil incredibly productive, but its products so largely appeal to the eye rather than the stomach. People have been saying, all kinds of people have been saying, this is by no means my idea or my feeling, that our vegetables and fruits and, above all, that symbol, our bread, is just a kind of visually attractive pith or foam rubber. And although it has all kinds of vitamins introduced into it, what I think many of us want of our nutriments is not so much medicine as food. And in so many other ways, the riches that we produce are ephemeral. And as a result of that, we're frustrated. We're terribly frustrated. We feel that the only thing is to go on getting more and more. And as a result of that, the whole landscape begins to look like the nursery of a spoiled child who's got too many toys and is bored with them and throws them away as fast as he gets them, plays them